So in episode 5, we put together our modules, and now we're going to put those modules to use. Because in a real world scenario, you're going to have multiple environments. Different environments ensures that you can configure things like your production environment to have bigger servers, more powerful. Think of it like your dev environment is a little 12-ounce coffee, and your production environment ramps up to your bold venti latte with extra macchiato. I drink my coffee black. I don't know, but you get the point. So we have our folder structure left over from episode 5, and we have our main outputs, providers, SSH keys, and variables all in our root structure. Or we're going to create a file, and this file is going to be called dev.tfvars. We'll have another one that's called staging, and then we'll have one more called production. And what this allows us to do, the tfvars file allows us to overwrite the default values in our variables file. Some of the variables that we should consider overwriting, if you look at our server variables, is we have our server name, our server type. Those are probably the two big ones that we want to consider overwriting, but you also could do things like firewall overrides or send different SSH keys. But just for this demonstration, and so I can make sure I understand how this works, I'm going to do server name, and I'm going to call this dev6 server. And then for server type, I'm going to have this be, so my server types, I want to create one CX23, one CX33, and one CX43. So for my dev server, this is going to be a CX23. I can take these two same and come to my staging, and this is going to be the CX33. And then in my production, I can then add my CX43. Oh, but let me change these names. So this is prod, then this is staging. In these particular instances, when I'm deploying to my production server, or I'm deploying to my dev server, that I want to overwrite my default values with these. So let's just see an example of how that would work. If I run terraform plan-var file equals, and then let's do dev.tfvars. So we're getting a warning here that's telling us, hey, by the way, your root module does not declare server name variable or the server type variable. And this is because if we look at our variables, the only variable I'm declaring at the root is my hcloud. So what I have to do is I have to come in here and add a variable for server name, and then another variable for server type. What I also have to do is in my main here, when I'm creating this server, you can see I'm using this static string. So I'm going to say var server name, and then server type is var server type. So now if I run Terraform plan again after adding those variables, I don't get those warnings anymore. And we can see here, looking at this, the server that I'm going to be creating, its name is dev episode 6 server, and its type is CX23. Now, what would happen if I change this and I said that I want to deploy staging? We would be looking for that name and that size to change. And here we can see it's a staging episode 6, and then it's a server type of CX33. The same would be true if I run terraform plan var file production.tfvars. Here we can see that this is a CX43, and its name is production episode 6 server. So you can see the power of environment variables. Very, very simple to implement, but extremely powerful, because we can deploy different size servers. We could configure firewalls differently for each one of those servers. If we wanted more people that could SSH into our dev server, but fewer people that could SSH into our staging and production servers, those could be configured with environment variables as well. I mean, to me, this is super cool when you think about the power that you have and how you can configure each one of your instances differently and ensure that they're deployed the same. You want to configure your SSH keys differently on each one, you can. You want to have more IP addresses to be able to log into dev, so all of your developers can log into dev, but a very narrow band or even one IP address is the only one that can log into production. You could do that. You could even have it so that nobody can log into production. But this is very powerful because it shows that we don't have to do a bunch of duplication of code where we're calling our server module multiple times for 3 different servers, and we're hard coding those environment variables. And it gives us a lot of power to keep our modules tight and clean, but just passing in the changes that we need so that we have a very clearly defined group of environments. One interesting thing to note, though, about your different environments, and you probably are thinking this already, is that each environment has its own state file. And up to this point, we've kept our Terraform state file on my development computer. And this is not a good place to keep it, because what if someone else wants to modify the state of our cloud servers? So in our next episode, we're going to work on transferring our Terraform state files off of this computer and getting it up into the cloud. Now, as with all of these videos, I am just learning, and I'm sure there are areas where I've made mistakes, and I am trying to improve. Each time I notice something, I do try and update it in the following video. But if you notice anything that I've missed, or you notice anything that could be improved, please leave a comment below, and I will pin the most helpful comment to this video. If you're enjoying coming along with me in this journey as I learn Terraform, consider subscribing or liking this video. It does help the channel out a lot. And again, next time we're going to be covering how to get state off this computer and into the cloud. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.